Hi, Dublin Dance Dancers. It's Miss Annika. Thanks for coming to All About Arabesque. So arabesque is one of those quintessential ballet steps that just is, you could frame every picture of a beautiful arabesque, but how do you do it? So a lot of people think it's really all about a back. You have to have a flexible back, and that's the only way you're going to get a good arabesque. And that is not right. So we are going to do some exercises, some relearning, and some stretches and strengthens today for your arabesque. The first thing that needs to happen is that we can't tip our pelvis. That does put all of the strain on our lower back. So we still really need to engage that pelvis with the hamstrings down into the knee pits. So we're going to work hamstrings, we're going to work glutes, because we don't want it to just create crunch into the lower back. Secondly, we still need to weight shift our pelvis onto the ball of our foot, which is a little bit scary when you do arabesque because a lot of your weight is going backwards. So it feels like we want to go backwards too. But if we also go backwards, our leg can never lift up off of the ground because now we're basically standing on it. So we need to not only weight shift our pelvis to the ball of the foot, but then also counterbalance the arabesque with our heart. So we're going to talk about a couple of those things today too. So in order to do this, we need hamstring strength, we need front body length. Right, our hip flexors and the front of our body needs to be really long, and then we need back strength. And then one thing that we sometimes neglect is that actually for a really nice arabesque, your thoracic spine, the one that's connected to all your ribs, or I guess your ribs are connected to it, needs to be able to rotate. It doesn't have much movement, but in order to maximize our arabesque, our thoracic spine needs to rotate. So we're going to do some of that today too. So let's get started with a little warm-up. We're just going to stand, and I want you to be profile so you can see. I'm going to be profile. You can be profile too. But if there's a way that you can check your alignment in this, ears are stacked, shoulders, hips, ball of foot. We're going to start with the upstage leg actually, and just tondo it to the side. Don't worry about anything with the working leg too much. We're working on the standing leg. Now as you roll to the back, round to the back, I want you to drive your hips forward onto the ball of your foot. And relève élan. Pushing your heart forward. Now fondu attitude. Straighten. Fondu attitude. Straighten. Fondu. Straighten. Driving this sit bone down. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to pick a wedgie. Drive this sit bone down. Fondu. Straighten. Fondu. Straighten. Fondu to the fourth. Staying forward. Coup de pied. Good. And now, promenade, en dedans. Rotating, rotating, bouncing that heel every time. And plie. I'm stepping off my mat. Let's try the other side. Tendu à la seconde. Dropping this tail, rolling to the back, pushing your heart forward. Relève élan. Fondu. And straighten. And fondu. We're opening both eyes. Fondu. Straighten. Fondu fourth. And coup de pied. Bounce, 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 bounce. Plie. Good. Do it again on the first side. Round. Pushing this heart forward to relève élan. Dropping the tail. And fondu. So my heel is still really light on the ground. Don't jam that heel into the ground. Your thigh should be opening to the fourth. And coup de pied. And bounce, 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 bounce. Last time. Roll it to the back, pushing your heart forward. Dropping this tail still. It wants to do this, but you can't let it. Fondu. Straight. Fondu. Straight. Fondu. Keeping your tail driving to the ball of your foot. Good. Fondu to the fourth. Push the coup de pied. And bounce, bounce, bounce. Good. Let's head down to the ground. And we're going to go against a wall or something that you can put your leg up against. We're going to start stretching the front body. So putting your foot as far against the wall as you can, and your knee as close to the corner as you can. And we're just going to step that other foot forward. So you're kind of in like a runner's lunge, but we're going to really drive into the quad and the hip flexor. So just rocking forward and back. Rocking and back. And rocking. Good. Rocking. And back. And rocking. Now if you're starting to feel a little length, you might want to come up here. Now I'm starting to feel a little tipping, so this is really, really a good one for me because I'm having trouble keeping my pelvis aligned. Can you see that? I really want it to be under there. So I need to work on this one. Dropping through the standing hip, rocking forward and back, rocking. Now if you're feeling really good with this one, if your quad and your hip flexor is really stretchy, you can try raising the same arm as your back leg and folding away from it. Good. And driving into the stretch and over. Good. Now come to a place where you can find a little bit of a neutral. I don't even have it there. I got to go forward a little bit more. So see if you can really still drive your tail into your knee pits and come to a fifth position arm. Ears are right between your elbows. Hands are stacked over your head, but you're still engaged in the front. Good. And come on down. Relax that back knee. I'm going to pivot. Good. And let's go to the other side. So tucking the knee back as far as you can go. And then the stepping of the front leg, you don't want the knee to go over the heel. So your shin is vertical. Good. Forward. Start by supporting with your hands, yeah? So you're supporting this position. And remember, you're really trying to drive this pelvis forward and curl it under you, stretching the front body of that back leg. See if you have a little bit more range of motion, you can come on up. Just like all stretches, we're not trying to go into the easy parts. The easy parts are already stretchy. So find the parts that aren't stretchy and find a way to drive into those parts. Now I'm using my hands here because my pelvis is really wanting to skew open. So I'm finding a way by dropping down, pulling my thigh open on my standing side to keep my hips square. It's really wanting to open up. So listen to your body. Really listen to what your body is doing. And then find a way to fix it. Find a way to get into the spots that you're trying to get into. Now if you're feeling stretchy, you can try raising the same arm as the back leg and opening. Good. Drive it. And side bend. You might need something to hold on to here. That's okay. Open. Side bend. And then find a place where you can get to neutral and bring your arms to fifth. Engaging your belly. Your front is still shortening. The back is still lengthening. Your ears are right between your elbows. And your hands are right over your axis. Good. Come on down. Pivot that knee down. Front body is adequately stretched. Okay, we're going to try a new way to hamstring curl. You guys can just do a bridge if you want to. That's perfectly fine. It's a very efficient way to get a hamstring workout. I want to try something different today. So we're going to side lie, right down on our side, and our legs are going to be in chair. So pretend you're like sitting in a chair. Your spine is going straight down to the ground, right underneath your ears. Your knees are at a 90 degree in front of you, and your feet your shins are right against the edge of your mat. You're going to lift in parallel, hug that knee in tighter, kick it back as far as you can. Now turn it out, flex your foot, keep this hip forward, and développé to the back. And now pull, roll it around, bend the knee, and chair. Let's try it again. Lift, bend, kick. Keep it bent as tight as you can. Now turn it out, flex it, and développé to the back. Roll it to first. Pull it to coup de pied and lower. Lift, tuck. Kick, 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 and turn it out. And développé. My heart is having to go forward so I can balance. Roll it to first, pull it to coup de pied, and lower. Let's do two more. Lift, curl, kick. Turn it out, flex, and développé. And roll it to first. I'm really trying to roll in the socket. Pull to coup de pied, lower. One more time. Lift, curl, kick. Turn it out and extend. And roll to first. Pull to coup de pied and lower. We're going on to our backs. Staying with that same working leg. Prance up the other one and curl. Shoulder bridge. Old standby. But so good for that hamstring. So we're curling off the ground, smushing back down. Curling off the ground, driving into that leg you just kicked back. Two more. Curl it up, push it down, curl it up, push it down. Good. Prance up to tabletop. Both legs, arms come to a T. Grabbing on with your rib cage and cementing it to the ground. We're going to pivot up and over our hip and slowly, slowly come to a hover in the twist. And come back up, closing the front body and opening to the other side. Pivoting it up and over the hip, come to a hover, don't drop it all the way down. We're keeping engaged in the front diagonals. And pivot up and over. Your downstage hip coming towards me, hovering. And come back up, shortening those front diagonals. And pivot up and over. Good. And curl. Now you guys can go all the way down to the other side. I'm going to twist this way and reach it back up. And one more time, if you want to face away from me, you can. You would just start right here and roll it back over. I'm going to pivot around to you. Reaching through my head, chair position here, belly is tight, you got your mouse hole, so push that hip away. We want a level pelvis. Here we go, and lift, curl, push. Turn it out, flex, développé. Roll it to first, coup de pied, and lower. And lift, curl, kick. And turn it out, and développé. And roll it to the first, and enveloppe, and lower. Good, and lift, curl, push. Turn it out, and flex, and kick. Good, and curl, enveloppe. Good, again. Lift, curl, kick, and turn it out, flex, and enveloppe, roll, and enveloppe, lower. One more time. Lift, curl, kick, belly's tight, turn out, flex, développé, and roll, and curl. Good. Staying in that same leg you were just working. Prance that other foot. And shoulder bridge. And lower. And shoulder. And lower. Driving into that leg that was on top. And curl. Curl. Up. Smush it down. You're doing great. One more. Arms come to T, prance to tabletop, and pivot up and over, twisting that thoracic spine. Try to go a little lower now if you can, finding the spots that are still sticking for you. Dropping the shoulder blades, hovering, and back up. Shortening through the front diagonals, twisting, pulling, and twisting, and come to center. Good. Now we're going to roll over onto our bellies. So I'm going to swing my mat a little bit this way so you can see a little bit differently. Okay, so we're going to be in first position here. Now I really want you to, too close, I really want you to find your neutral spine again, okay? So finding the place where your raspberries aren't squished, your hip bones aren't tipped into the ground, yeah? So I really want you to drop your tail, bring your legs to first, and we're going to do, I think, yes, three-way flies. So arms are in high V, legs are hugged together, neck is long and back. Without pushing your belly out, we're going to lift our upper bodies to a high V, then a T, then a low V, then a T, then the opposite arm and leg is going to lift, and reach it around, twisting, 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 and shoot it back out, and lower. Let's do it again. High V, T, low V, T, opposite arm as leg lifts, twist it around, twist, 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 reach and lower, and high V. Reinvigorate that first position back there. T, and lift, and twist, and reach, and lower to first. High V, T, low V, T, and reach, and twist, and reach, and twist. Good, pushing back. Stretch that back out. We got to work the upper back because when we're in an arabesque, while we're keeping this up and lifted, we have to push forward with our hearts. We don't want it to dive forward. So we still have to keep nice and strong in our upper back to get the arabesque. Even though we're pushing forward, we're not diving. Let's do another one for the back. We're going to be in Sphinx, which is not a back stretch. It's actually really strong for the belly. So I want you to feel your belly is lifted. We're not relaxing down. We're pulling up our bellies, pulling your elbows towards your hips. Yeah, again, this is not a soft resting position. Yeah, my legs are active, hugging together. Belly is tight, tail is down, neck is long. One arm, and down, and another arm, and down, and arm, and down. Pull the elbows towards you. Let's do 4 on the legs, and tendu, and down, and tendu. And notice what your body is doing. Does one side go up easier? Can you feel your ribs shifting onto your standing leg? That's what we want. Shift your ribs, lift. Let's do the arms again. Arms, a tempo. Up, good. Up, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, tendus, and 1, and 2. It's not a big movement. 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good. We're going to come to kneeling, and we're going to do bow. Well, half bow. You can do full bow at the end if you're feeling it. So we're strong in the front legs, dropping our tail in the back. Reach the right arm up, Up and over. You're going to reach for your heel back there, but keep this arm lifting. Yeah? Lift, lift, lift. And now reach higher. Good. Let's try the lefty. Reach the left arm up. Cartwheel it back. Reach the right arm to the ceiling as you reach for your heel. Just to stretch. And reach the arm up to the ceiling. Now you can do 2 doubles or repeat right and left again. We're going to reach our heart to the ceiling. As we reach for our heels, find them. Reach that heart to the ceiling, open through the shoulders. And lift your heart up to the ceiling. Good, you can do that again. Or be on the left now. Up, heart comes to the ceiling. Find your heels. Reach your heart. Now reach your heart more. Good. On your hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Kick it to downward dog. We're going to tendu. When you're there, turn it out. Then we're coming down to coup de pied and back out. Envelope, développé. Into the quadruped, opening your heart and pushing back. Arabesque. And down. 2, 3, 4, and push. 2. Let's do it in sets of 2s. 1, 2. Push, push, push. Now you're going higher, but still engage your standing leg. Turn it in. One-legged plank. One-legged chaturanga. Pull upward facing dog. And kick back to downward facing dog. Tendu the back foot. The upstage foot. Turn it in. Now turn it out. Good. Here we go. Envelope to the coup de pied. And push back up, développé. We're turned out, still engaging. So I don't want this in your standing leg where you're dropping into your hip. And I don't want you so far splayed that you're changing your hip position. Yeah? So check it all. Body scan. Push. And 2. And push. And back down. Push. And down. And push. And turn it in. One-legged plank. And chaturanga through. And back. Good. And pull it down. All the way. Reaching it up. Finding the big toe side of your same arm as leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. And reach into bow. Half bow. And put it down. And big toe side. Push it away. Reach it up. Half boat. Sorry. Good. Let's try the other side. Reach on the big toe side. Your thumb is up. And breathe in. And out. And breathe in. Lift. Push that back leg back behind you. Opening your front shoulder. And put it down. And breathe in and out. Breathe in and reach. Opening your shoulder. Now you can do right and left again. I'm going to do twice double to see what you can do. Breathe in and out. And roll your shoulders back and full boat. Neck is soft. Neck is reaching long. And hug them down. Stretch them. Good. Back to the big toe side. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Roll your shoulders back. Push your legs back. Open your heart. Good. And relax. Quad stretch. Pushing to short kneel. Shoulders are down and back. Slice off your knee with your pinky and twist. Good, feeling the length. Keep your ribs connected. Like everything is like twisting around like a spiral notebook. And come to center. And the other side. Slice off your knee. Twist around. And come on back. To get to standing, we're going to half kneel. Pelvis is level. Drive it forward. March. Open fondue. Twist. Reach all the way down. Romanian deadlift to the clean and jerk. And twist. And open. March back down. Do it again. March it forward. And open. Fondue twist. And reach down. Drag it up the shin. All the way overhead. Open and twist. And reach it back down. 2 more times on this side. Reach forward. Drive the tail down. That's the whole point of this. Twist. And pick something up. Drag it up your shin. Reach it to the ceiling. Twist. March. Reverse. 1 more time. Feeling that standing leg. All the way up. Twist. Pick it off the ground. Drag it up the shin. Flip and lift. Twist. And all the way back down. And stretch it forward. And stretch it back. And stretch it forward. And stretch it back. Turn it out. Ooh, that hamstring got it that time for me. Rock it back. Good. Switching. Switching. 90-90. Drive it forward. Drop the tail. Fondue twist into that marching leg. And pick something up. Drag it up your leg. Flip and lift. Ooh. Twist. And drive it down. And forward. Tail down. Open. Twist. Into your knee. Pick something up off the ground. Ooh. Flip and lift. And twist into it. This is hard, friends. So don't worry if you got to put your foot down. Just come right back into it. Up you go. Twist into it. Good. Pick it off the ground. Slide it up your shin. Flip. Lift it. Dropping that tail. All about the hamstrings. And down you go. Rock into it. Get that back thigh. And now rock it back. Get your hamstring and your calf. Flex it hard. And rock it forward. And rock it back and turn it out. We did turn out work too, so stretch both of them. We're going to do this one more time, and then I want to retest the first exercise that we did in profile with the round to the back and the fondues and attitude, because I bet you it'll be easier. Okay? So let's see what happened. Your profile, arms are in first. We tendu à la seconde. Dropping your belly button into the ball of the foot. Rounded to the back. Your hip is down and forward. Heart raises forward as you fondue attitude. Fondue attitude. Rolling your shin back. Rolling your thigh back. Fondue into the fourth. And bounce promenade around. Fondue. Susu there. Let's go the other side. Tendu. Rounded to the back. Fondue attitude. Dropping that tail into the ball of the foot. Fondue attitude. Good. Fondue into the fourth. We're going on to dawn. Promenade around. Fondue there. Susu. And tendu. And we're on to the back. Attitude. Stretch. Attitude. Stretch. Fondue, stay forward in the fourth. Bounce it around. Fondue, susu. Last time. Tendu side and rond. Heart goes forward. Fondue attitude. Fold everything back. Feel the thighs. Opening. Fondue fourth. And promenade. Fondue. Susu. Good. So you guys can do any kind of stretching that you want after this. But get outside. Go take a walk. Walk backwards. Do big monster walks. Your neighbors will think you crazy, but that's okay. But anything that you can do to keep your heart rate up. And I'll see you next time.